Hi guys, so today morning, a beautiful weekday morning here in Kuala Lumpur, and I am in the showroom of Bentley Kuala Lumpur. Okay, so what am I doing here? Well, I am here to pick a test car up, and what am I driving? The Bentayga V8. Okay guys, so this is the Bentayga which I'll be reviewing today, and so before I head out, let me just do a quick walk around right here as I collect the car, explore the car. Alright, so I have not sat inside the car yet, first time seeing it. So from the front, start the headlights, and look at this lovely detailing of the Bentley wording here. Okay, the grille, wow, fully chrome finished, and with the Bentley wings here on the front bump, on top of the front grille. All right, as you come over here, here we have the side profile. I must say that the Bentayga, right, when I first saw this car on pictures, well, it didn't look at all pretty, but now in person I do find that it looks more imposing. We have seen a few of these on the road already. The Bentayga is not new on our roads. We have seen a few on the roads. And the proportions certainly over the last couple of years it's been on the market, it has grown easier on the eyes. Right? So here, this particular car here has 22-inch wheels. Very simple, very straightforward, very elegant design. Got a vent here, right? The door handles with chrome linings top and bottom here. Okay, so yeah, overall all the design cues of this car very understated, but at the same time the proportions, the lines are designed in such a way to emphasize the size of this car. Okay, so you see here the lights, right, also very understated, but you see the shape of the illumination bar. It is meant to evoke the shape of the letter B. Okay, and you see here the rear fender, right, this part bulges out to emphasize the car's muscularity. So overall it is a very simple design. Okay, not particularly photogenic, I have to say, but once you view it in person, it has a very understated quality to it. All right, so right now let me show you. Here is the key fob. Okay, so Bentley logo here at the back, and of course you get, well, hands-free release. Let me just try that again. Okay, and it opens. So here you can see, right, yeah, up here, even right here, it's all carpet line, and the tonneau cover allow me to release the tonneau cover. Look at even the tonneau cover pin, also got quality, man. Okay, so you see here, this one, nice material, nice leathery material. A lot of well, less than premium SUVs, this is like a piece of plastic and whatnot, but this tonneau cover itself, right, feels properly solid. Okay, and here you can actually lower the rear suspension to bring the part of the car down for you to load things easier. And also here's the party piece. See this out, guys. So bring this out. Okay, lock this in place. This is what they call the event chair, right? I'm 70 kilos, I'm sitting on this, no problem. Yeah, so if you want to bring your Bentayga out for a picnic, this is it. Okay, let me just push this back in. Okay, thanks HP.
No worries, no worries.
Okay, guys, this is HP. All right, so he does all our social media work, right? Thanks, good job, bro, good job. Okay, so we will close that and we'll go inside. So here is the rear. No need to tell you about space or whatnot lah. It's going to be spacious, okay, but we'll examine closely instead the finishing. Okay, so you see here these nice stitches here, contrast stitching, perforated leather, and you see this, even the seat belt buckle is covered with leather. Very nice. And we pull this armrest down. Alamak. Well, This should look familiar if you are a Volkswagen owner actually. The same armrest as per the Passat, but the bottom of it is lined with a nicer material. Well, even the Porsche Cayenne also uses the same armrest lah. Here's the Bentley logo nicely stitched on the seat. And you can lower this. Okay, this is an SUV after all. You can lower this to extend your boot space. Not perfectly flat, but you have to admire that there's this extra carpeting here to make it look more, well, make it all look more seamless. And you can see even here in these hidden corners, it is finished with a nice leather wrap kind of material, right? That is the same as you see on the roof. So yeah, this is what you call premium luxury car finishing, where every corner, even hidden corners, are finished with the most exquisite materials. So you can see this is a tray table. Okay, even here also, it's not a hardy kind of material, but a rather plusher feeling material. The hinges are also of, well, brushed metal. You can see here the aircon vents. So you see here, this small screen also allows you to control, access climate control, entertainment. You can even look at some certain vehicle data. All right. Wow, nice effects. Okay, so the animation is nice. They show this sort of like tube here and speedometer. Nice. Utterly unnecessary, but very, very nice. Okay, so seat pockets even inside here, nice sort of like, you know, cup fabric type material inside here. And we close the door. Okay, so got sunshades here. You lower the sunshades with the power window button. Coat hanger. Okay, even the coat hanger is nicely finished here. All right, I'll just show you the dashboard from my vantage point in the back seat here. Okay, so you see from left to right, all very, very exquisite, very premium looking materials. So that's the standard analog clock up there. You can opt for a Breitling tourbillon clock to be placed there, but so far I've been told no Malaysian has taken up that option. It would be a very rich Malaysian to take up that option, because that is a six-figure option. All right, this is a standard clock, comes with the car. You want a Breitling tourbillon? Yep, there's a price to pay for that. So you come down here. Well, physically, right, this is very obviously a much plusher looking Volkswagen infotainment system. Not something that we don't expect, because Bentley is part of the Volkswagen group. Okay, all this switchgear, right, if you look at it, examine closer, it is very obvious that the underlying electronic architecture of this car is from the Volkswagen group. Nothing wrong with that at all. Volkswagen group makes they have a sturdy enough electronic architecture, so why not use it, right? As long as they have done the necessary homework to give it a sufficiently premium experience. So here's a closer look at the dashboard. So they've got a good mix of traditional analog dials with a digital screen, color screen. And you come down here, even here, right here, all this stitching here, and you've got a tray, storage tray in there. This is deep, huh? This is deep. Look at my palm, right? This is deep, and it's rubber lined all around, so things don't slip about. And you lift this armrest here. There's another tray here, the 12-volt socket. Got two USB ports here. Okay, overall, lovely place to be in. Yeah, and you got panoramic roof up here. Okay, so time to go for a drive. Okay, so driving a 2 million ringgit behemoth through the heart of KL. This thing is worth 4 times the mortgage of my house. So well, you could say that there is a certain level of stress that I have never felt before in my 10 years of in this line. Okay, because it's not that I've never driven a car this size or price before, but you see, the thing is that when you are pushing a 2 million ringgit Lamborghini or a 1 million ringgit Porsche around Sepang, okay, you know that anything happens inside there is limited to the confines of Sepang. But when you are bringing a massive SUV around the heart of KL, there are so many other factors that come into play that, you know, you're wondering, wow, is it safe? And you know, I have to confess that when I first when the Bentley KL staff handed the keys over to me just now, I had to say that at that moment I was already looking forward to return the car tonight. But now, a few kilometers in, right, yes, I'm still a bit more mindful about my surroundings than I would otherwise would. But I also have to say that this car, it has a way of making driving feel just effortless. All right, you know, the way it carries itself, it is a very how should I put it? It is a very easy car to drive. Yeah, it is not at all intimidating. I mean, if let's say, like, if I were to forget about the price tag of this car and treat this like a 500,000 ringgit car, yeah, it is actually 600 meters. It is actually a relatively stress-free driving experience. All right, noise levels here inside here are pleasantly low. Okay, very comfortable suspension, and of course, very effortless power delivery. All you need to do when you go about is just gently squeeze the throttle ever so gently, and the car just wafts along. All right, picking up speed in a firm yet gentle manner. All right, so not at all struggling, just moving along with absolute grace. Okay, so the Bentayga V8 here, all right, the V8 here is a 4-liter V8 with 550 PS, outputs 700 Newton meters of torque. There was, when the Bentayga was first launched, the Bentayga was initially offered with a 6-liter W12. Okay, now, so of course, that is a car that, well, carries a very, very unfavorable road tax bill. So the V8 here, yeah, 4 liters, it is a lot more attractive. Even for rich people, the difference between paying 4-liter road tax and 6-liter road tax is still a substantial sum. I mean, it is still the kind of money that pays for a very, very nice holiday in Europe for your family. That kind of difference, right? So every year, yeah. And this V8 here, it offers very, very good performance. You see, because the thing is that a luxury vehicle like the Bentayga, it is supposed to be capable of going fast, but not in a way that you hoon it about, you know, not in a way that you wring the engine out of every last rev to progress. No, that is not how these cars are supposed to carry themselves. All right, and so the V8 is just about the right kind of, not only performance in terms of sheer grunt, but also the smoothness in delivery. All right, of course, ideally, you know, in an ideal world where, you know, money is no object, you want a W12. I imagine that, but the reality is that, you know, the V8 here is just about right. The 6-cylinder wouldn't cut it for this. All right, cannot. 6-cylinder cannot. A 6-cylinder engine in this, it will string the car along, but the kind of revving that you need to do to the engine in order to get it to move at a respectable pace, tak boleh. This this car, this class of car, this stature of car, V8 is just the right balance in performance versus cost. Alright. Yeah, overall it is just such a pleasant car to live with. Very, very easy to drive, no stress. And what Bentley has done very well is that they have mapped, alright, the response of the initial throttle travel well enough that, you know, that the car does not leap when you step on it. So some cars with overly aggressive throttle tuning, when you step on the throttle, when you tap on the throttle, it just throws you everything the engine can muster. But this one doesn't. This one, you squeeze the throttle gently, the engine also slowly opens up and carries you along in a very, very benign and pleasant fashion. But if you need to find yourself to cut into someone else's lane, and you want to get into that lane before the other car can close the gap, well, all you have to do is just push the throttle that bit harder, and the car will just go. The car just goes. So yesterday, Bobby and I had the chance to view the Aston Martin DBS Superleggera, and well, you see, the Aston Martin is the kind of car that, well, presumably appeals to the same audience as the Bentayga. Certainly, it's the kind of audience with the same kind of buying power. But the difference between a car like the DBS Superleggera and the Bentayga here, the DBS Superleggera is probably bought, right, tax-free, parked in Langkawi, used only 3 months a year by its owner. Whereas people buy the Bentayga to use on a day-to-day basis, alright? And it is a very appealing day-to-day car, right? Because it is such a pleasant car to live with. The sensations that it gives you as you travel about, when you deal with the daily grind. This car is not about sporting excitement. It is not anywhere, offers you the kind of driving thrills that your Aston Martin or even a Porsche Cayenne or Porsche Macan. But it is just a very pleasant, very car to live with, right? It has very high day-to-day usability factor, but it's just that, it cocoons you in a shell of impressive luxury. So you see, the thing is that, right, when you have luxury cars, ultra luxury cars that are finished with all these high quality materials, they are not always usable on a day-to-day basis. All right, these are cars that are, most of the time, these are cars that are there for show, to just sit there at a garage for you to admire. But the Bentayga here, this is a car that actually combines luxury and high utility factor into one package. That is the impressive part of this car, and that is why people who buy this car, they pay the full duties and use this every day of the year.